So hello guys and welcome to a video on this channel. So I'm not going to be doing my series anymore. It'll just be little videos here and there, obviously to give yous like I'm going to be doing like tips on like what formations to use, what players to use, how to snipe, stuff like that. Just for people who are not like too clued up on the game. And if you're wondering now why I've went like really loudly there, it's because I've turned the volume up on my mic. So that is what I've done. Um, and literally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through step by step on how to build a really classy team for obviously for any type of budget. I'm going to go away like maybe 100k or something like that, 150 at the most. And I'm going to tell you why I would use these players and why I wouldn't, and why I wouldn't use some sort of players and stuff like that. But that's the type of thing I'm going to do. So first of all, you need to be picking a formation, right? So the formation that we're on right now is pretty damn decent. I mean, you've got the 4-4-2. You can't really go wrong with a 4-4-2. Certain people do not like this formation. I know a huge gorilla doesn't, and I know another YouTuber doesn't like it either. But then you can go with something like, if you don't like the 4-4-2 either, I've seen people use this. Now you might be wondering why do they use that? Just because of the three players in midfield. That's the type of thing you're needing. So, and then you've got 4-3-1-2. That's a decent formation. I would never use this because it's just so attacking, and you need that balance between it. 4-2-3-1 is the meta. 4-2-3-1-2 as well. 4-2-2 is another good one as well. But I'm going to go with the 4-4-2 which I play on my custom tactics. I start in 4-5-1 and I go to 4-4-2. So in goals, it doesn't really matter what goalkeeper you go with this year, but I mean the obvious ones that are really good is Ter Stegen, Alisson. I'm not going to build this on a budget actually. To be fair, I'm just going to show you and I'll go on to the bench as well. I'm going to show you other good players that are on the game as well that obviously you need to try out at this precise moment. So obviously you've got this Oblak, really good. Oblak's a solid goalkeeper. I've used Alisson in a lot of teams this year, and he is just insane. Neuer's good as well. Does make the occasional mistake, but that's really it. Ederson, this inform Ederson is really good. I've heard good things about his normal card as well. Obviously, you've got your icons as well, like Cech and Van der Sar. Not really used them, but I've heard good things about them. And obviously, you go down. That informed Gulashi, this one here, this is a very good card indeed. Just ignore the noise in the background, it's just my phone. De Gea, no really used them, but I've heard he's quite good as well. And that's really it. So I'm going to go, I might just even build the team that I've got set up right now actually. I think I might do that and obviously put players on the bench who I would personally use as well. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll build the team that I've actually got right now, and I'll show you the team like what I've got. So at right back, you've probably guessed it. I've went with obviously Nelson Semedo, who is the meta. Very good right back. Can't really go wrong with Nelson Semedo. The other options that you could maybe go for, if it ever goes on to right back, that would be very handy. This Hector Bellerin, now I am going for this. I am going for it. I've done quite a lot of it so far. High-low what? Now that's just put me off of him. No, I won't be doing him. Don't do that, Hector Bellerin, guys. Never do that, Bellerin. Trent Alexander-Arnold, never used, never will. Walker's potentially good right back. Does make the occasional mistake which I've seen. Quadrado, this is a new card. That card is very, very good for what I've heard about him. Mukiele, I've got this Rule Breaker card, and the Rule Breaker card is just sensational. Well, I say it's sensational. He does, because he's not got as much pace as obviously like Semedo or something like that. He doesn't get back as much, but he is more physical than Semedo, but agile, have pace on a right back, so that's why I've went with Semedo. That Atal's good. João Cancelo you could go for. There's a lot of options. Tavernier, even if you're building an English team. Bruno Perez, he's another good one. And yeah, that's just another good one. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I have a lot of coins on my account, so this is why I've built this team. So over this side is Varane. Obviously stick a wee contract on him. Varane, you can't go wrong with Varane, and obviously you've guessed the other one as well, which is informed Joe Gomez. Very, very good partnership. Every pro that I know has this, has these two at the back. Now, the other centre-backs that you could potentially go with is, and I'm going to go with any, there's quite a lot of them. Maldini's good, pace, physical defending, very, very good. Sergio Ramos is an annoying one. I love Sergio Ramos in real life. You cannot, and I mean you cannot go with Sergio Ramos in FIFA. Even if you have got custom tactics on, you can't go away with Sergio Ramos. He's high attacking. That just doesn't make sense, because if you've got attackers there coming towards you, and you've only got one centre back at the back, you are screwed. You are absolutely screwed. There is just no way you can use Sergio Ramos in this game unless that changes. Blanc, obviously, if you're going with an icon, he's very good. Van Dijk, I'd say Gomez is better than Van Dijk. I'd genuinely say that. As a partnership, they are very, very good, but Gomez and Varane are better. This Laporte I've used, and he is actually pretty good. I'm not even joking, but that pace upgrade he is actually quite a good centre-back. Obviously, you've got your icons. I mean, you've got Rijkaard, you've got Koeman, Cannavaro, which a lot of people use. Obviously, he's not got the greatest of physical, but that can obviously be changed. We obviously a chem style. Mateus, if you're well up on coins. Ferdinand. Obviously Varane, who I've mentioned. Thiago Silva. If you put a shadow on him, he could be good, but nah, not my type of player at all. Kyle Walker is a centre-back. Now, I've heard bad things about this guy, but I've never used him personally, but he does actually look very, very good to what his card is. Marquinhos I've used, not too bad. De Ligt, never really. Skriniar, nah. None really on that page except for Longley, but apart from that, going on to cheap beasts, maybe Alaba. He's a good centre back. He's a very good centre back. I had him alongside Gomez. This Gomez actually, and he is superb. So David Alaba. This Delaney's good. Diego Carlos, just meta. This Klosterman card is very, very good from what I've seen. This Joseph Edu, who I am going to go with if I get to level 15, which I probably will do because I'm doing a lot of the objectives. That Long, who came out in objectives as well, not got him yet, and I don't think I will be going for him. Koundé, this Koundé card's very, very good. This man, I know it'd be funny to use him because of the meme Harry Maguire, but nah, you do not use, and I'm going to tell you something right now. If you've got a centre-back that's under 74 pace, you are screwed, or 75, or even under 70. So you don't use players like Ruben Diaz unless you put a chem style on them. You don't use players like Da Silva because the chem style just wouldn't work for players like that. Davinson Sanchez is a cheap beast. Rudiger's good as well. I know he's only got the 70 pace, but physically he is very, very strong. Hermoso's a good one as well. Militao, and now this cheap beast, if I can get down to him. Upamecano's good as well. His inform's very, very good. Bailly, who I used in a draft earlier on, he's good as well. But this man, if you're looking for a man who's just 1,000 coins, I'd go with this man. Now, you might be thinking, why would you go with Fikayo Tomori? Look at his card. I know he's only got 67 stamina, but don't hold that against him, because he is superb. He is a really good centre-back. Obviously, you would have to swap him out, but any chance of him getting an inform this year would be very, very handy, because he is a very good centre-back. But now we go on to left-back, who you have already probably guessed it, is Ferland Mendy. For those of you who actually play FIFA, you'll know all about this guy. He is a superb left-back, probably the best left-back on the game. And other left-backs you could go with, if you're building cheap teams, if you're going with quite a expensive team or whatever like that. Icons are a bit hit and miss with left-back. Roberto Carlos is probably the best. Left wing-back, I didn't actually go into right wing-backs, which is a bit annoying. I don't actually think there is any. Zambrotta, obviously melee, if you really want to go for him, but we're just going to stick with right and left backs. We're not going to go into right wing backs or anything like that. So Roberto Carlos, Lam, Zambrotta, any of these guys would be perfect at left back. I don't actually know this guy's hangway. High, medium, C. It's not bad. The same with Lam as well. Roberto Carlos, high. That is the perfect... Sorry, I was just shutting my door because of the wind. 5'6" is a bit annoying. High, which is good for a left back. Obviously, very, very good stats. None under a green stat at all. And obviously you like that. Andy Robertson I've not used, and I've not seen anybody else use him at all, so I don't actually know what he'd be like. This Alexandro, wherever he is, there, he's not bad, but you'd need to put a shadow card on him, or like an anchor or something like that. You do not use this guy if you've only got a basic chem style, because 83 pace is just not good enough. Now, for your full-backs, I'm going to say this, as you can tell with my left-backs, well, my wing-backs, sorry, full-backs, I should be saying, 92 pace, 92 pace. Now, and I'm going to say this, you do not go with a left-back like Robbo, you do not go for a left-back like Lam, like Alexandro, like Guerrero. You do not go with players like that. You go with a player who is like Alphonso Davies. He is a very good option you could go with. I've used him, and he is a very, very good player. Alex Telles is good, as long as you put on that chem style that gets him up to 90 pace. The same with these other guys like Lam, like Roberto Carlos, who I've mentioned and stuff like that. Patrick Van Aanholt, you wouldn't really need to put something on him. That Lima looks very good. I've actually never seen that card, but and then just as cheap options. Now this guy just recently joined Tottenham, and he is a baller on FIFA. You might be looking at his physical saying, why was he why would I use a 70 physical player? Reguilon is good. Do not discriminate. Do not discriminate. Reguilon is really, really good. As a very cheap option. Reguilon is very good. And you can tell by his... He's high medium as well, but he is good. You can use high medium players, but just not high low. That's all I'd be saying if I was picking a left back. and none really down this way except for Silvers. I don't actually know any Silvers who are that good, but obviously we'll get on to centre mid now. My centre mid is, I can't actually remember. Is it Kante. Now, if you guys are just new to the game, you won't know this, but Kante is an absolute beast. If you've got the coins, I would strongly suggest going for Kante. Do not go away. Sissoko's a good one, but I'd genuinely go for Kante, because Kante he's just an absolute beast on FIFA. He's small and everything like that. He might only have 73 strength. He plays like he's got 90 strength. That's just me, but I just feel like he's got a lot of strength to him that isn't showed on his card, and that it's just annoying that it's not like that. Centre mids who are cheap that you could go for. Sissoko's a good option. Obviously you've got your icons like Hula and Zidane and all of that sort of stuff, and Vieira. These are the elite players, like Gerrard and stuff like that. I wouldn't say so much Gerrard, but obviously Hula, Zidane, Vieira, stuff like that. That's the kind of thing that you would want to obviously pick out. Obviously, if you have the coins, I would strongly suggest getting Hula or Zidane or Vieira or whatever, or even SEN, who's a CDM, which Kante is actually, or Mateus, who is an elite icon. He is very, very good on this game. I wish I had the coins for him. Even SEN, who's quite a cheap icon. But this year, you've got to go with the meta, and that's why I've got no icons in my team. That's why. I did have, and obviously people have strongly suggested me against it, because, and I'm not saying, guys, with this video, like just on a wee side note, I'm not saying, oh, you should do this or you should do that. This is just my personal advice. Go with Parejo if you want. Go with Verratti if you want. But I'm just saying it would benefit you better if he's were to go with Pogba, if he's were to go with Kante and stuff like that. Pogba's a very good option. I didn't actually realise, like, Pogba last year was annoying for me, because I didn't really see him as a really, really good player, but he actually is in this game, so that's good. Thomas Partey, I've got his inform as like an untradeable, and he's just insane. Wijnaldum, he's a good option. Valverde, very good option. De Jong's a good option. But obviously, if you don't have the coins, Paulinho, I've got his info. Well, I've got his red pick. Milinkovic-Savic, you could go as well. Partey, Marcos Llorente, he's a good cheap option, by the way. Any he's building cheap teams out there, get Marcos Llorente, get Renato Sanchez, get Sissoko. Any of these guys would do. Or if you've got like really, really good coins, get his inform, get his Europa League card. Any of those sorts of players would do. This Tello who comes out, not bad. Emre Can's a good option as well. High, which is good for a centre mid anyway. Tielemans is an annoying one, because I've always wanted to use Tielemans, but he's not got enough pace for me. And Ndombele's not a great player on this game at all. I prefer Sissoko by a country mile. But now, we'll go on to centre mids now. As I say, this is just me, but this is who I've went with. So, my two cams are Pogba, and I have Inform Zaha. Now, this guy, oh my god, I've literally just came away from playing 2 squad battles matches. I am currently recording this at 10:20. This guy, oh my god, he is an absolute baller. He scores anything. He's ridiculous. I know I've got a hunter on him, but he's only got 87 finishing, but he's good. He is really, really good. Obviously, the other cams that I would maybe go for is maybe somebody like, and obviously with the wings, actually I'm going to save that for the wings. Actually, that bit of advice: Maradona, Ronaldinho, Zidane. Obviously, these are elite options. With centre forward, obviously Pele's obviously the elite, like not even the elite, the god tier player. Messi obviously he's in form. A lot of people don't like Messi out in the wing this year, but obviously it's up to you guys. Cruyff as well, Dalglish, Cantona, Eusebio, any of these would do. I've not actually seen anybody use Cantona yet. Mertens is a good option, a good cheap option as well. Firmino, Depay, Llorente, even if you wanted to get him and then convert him back, very good player. Zola, very good player. Depay as well, as I just mentioned. This Joshua King, who I will be doing instead of Bellerin, now that I've seen Bellerin's work rates. And that's really it for centre forward. But for cams, if it stays on the same page that I was wanting it, this De Bruyne's annoying. Now, you can have a look at his stats here, but I played him in a draft. I don't know if I was just bad with him, but he just didn't seem that great for me. I like Bruno Fernandes on this game. I like... see, I've not really used any of these icons, so I don't know what they're like, but my mate told me that he used Litmanen and Hadji, and they're not that great at all. He actually prefers this Socrates. So that's what he told me. Anyway, I don't know if that's true, but Bruno Fernandes, obviously any of his informs would do, or just his normal card. Royce is a good option. Gomez is a good option here. 91 pace on a cam, which is very, very good. Nakata, who a lot of people used last year, not that great this year. This Mollet, who everybody's done except from me, and I don't think I will be doing him. Havertz is a good option. I just didn't use him because he's pace and maybe he's physical, but a lot of people are starting to use Havertz. This Nainggolan, now, none of you really know this if you don't play this game, but this guy's been, I'd say maybe, like, when he gets a team of the season, and he might get a team of the season this year, I don't know, but when he gets a team of the season, all his stats just are incredible. He's like he's like in the Hullet gang. If you don't know what the Hullet gang is, basically on Hullet's card, he's got every stat over 90. I'm pretty sure. On his centre mid card. If I can go on his centre mid card. Ruud Hullet. I think pretty much everything except from his. Oh no, everything's over 80. I don't know why I said 90, but obviously you've seen that card before. And obviously this Nainggolan, when he gets a team of the season, all of his stats just go up to mental stats, if you don't already know that. And I hope he gets a team of the season this year, because I'll have the coins to afford him, hopefully. Promes is a good option. Anderson Talisca, now that he's got this special card, is a good option. I wouldn't use James Rodriguez just because of his stamina and his pace. Just not a great player at all. Obviously, his shooting and passing is very, very good because obviously he's a cam, he needs that. And he has showed that over his time at Real Madrid and Everton now. And obviously players like Promes, as I mentioned, Talisca, who I've mentioned. Maddison's a good cheap option if you really want to go down that route. And Kunku, I mean, the list can go on. Foden's a good option and stuff like that. But we'll get on to the two wingers. Now, at right mid, I do have a left mid. Or a left wing. Is it a left wing or a left mid? Left mid. I do have this Podence. Now, I'm going to show you right mids first, and then I'll go on to left mids and left wings. Now, right mids are a bit thin on the ground at the moment, because players like Gnabry and Sancho have had their pace not upgraded by a lot, or it's been downgraded by a lot. They are not really being used at the moment. But players like Lozano, Hakimi, all of these are good options. Lucas Moura, who's probably one of the best right midfielders on the game, or the best wingers on the game. Rafinha's a good cheap option, so is Pepe, so is Ferran Torres. You could go with any of those. Gelson Martins. Just not anybody who's got really bad strength or like pace or anything like that. That Zygankov I wanted to use for a long time, and stuff like that, but obviously because I've got a lot of coins now, I don't need players like that. This has been one of the most annoying things this year. I've always wanted to use Messi on a FIFA. Now, a lot of you'll know because a lot of my friends watch this channel. Ronaldo is my favourite player. Like out of all the players of all the teams and stuff like that, Ronaldo's been my favourite player ever since I was younger. Now, Messi on this game last year, he was in every single pros FIFA team. But this year, Ronaldo is in everybody's pro player FIFA team, or in anybody's team who's got a massive amount of coins, which is annoying because obviously I've wanted to use him. Obviously, you can still use him, but I don't think he'll be as good as obviously Ronaldo. George Best is another good option. Garrincha's just elite. I've really wanted to use Garrincha for ages. Salah, there's a lot of icons who I want to use. Salah's a good option. This Rule Breakers Di Maria is a very good option. Mahrez is just a skiller, so very helpful. Gareth Bale, right chem style, he'll be good. Porto's a good one as well. I don't know why they made this guy into a right wing. I really don't. He would not be any use as a right wing. And obviously, if you go down the list, Adama Traore's just a cheap beast. Rodrigo, Lozano, any of these, Anthony, Minamino, any of these would do. Obviously, if you're lying low on coins. Left wing, Neymar's the elite player. Mane's good, who I've got in my team up front. I'm going to tell you that right now. Hazard, Sterling, it's good options. Insigne's in form. Dembele's just an absolute cheap beast. If you've got, it's like, say you're creating a 150k team or something like that. Everybody who I know has got this player in his team. Like, even pros who have got great coins and great everything has got this guy in his team. Everybody, because he's just an insane player, and yeah, that's really it about him. Dembele's just insane. Ansu Fati's good as well. I've got his player of the month. He's insane as well. Podence, who I've got, I've said a lot about him. Everton's a good cheap option. Pulisic, Jota. You could go any of these. David Neres, Vinicius Junior's good as well. I used him at the start of the game actually. Podence, who I've said about. And yeah, that's really it, I think. Or have I done left mid? No, I haven't done left mid. Son, a player who I've wanted to use for bloody ages. Son is a player who I've wanted to use for ages, and because he's just a mental player. Bamba, who's obviously a player of the month, SBC. Very, very expensive, but I think a lot of people will do him. Rashford is a very, very good card on this game. On either side, he just fits in so well. The same with Martial as well. And that's not me just saying that because I'm a Man United fan or anything like that. They just fit in so well in this game, it's unreal. Diaby's good as well because of his pace. So is Douglas Costa, so is Tyson. Felipe Anderson, who's also an SBC. St. Maximin. Now this guy, very good card. Very, very good card. If you guys have ever used him, please let me know what you think of him. And the same with Rashford as well. He's just absolutely insane, isn't he? For anybody who's used him. Bamba, obviously, again. Scott Sinclair, who I've not seen. He's in Squad Foundations. I've not even seen that card yet. Which is a bit of a weird one, but anyway, I'll check that out at the end of this video. Not really any more. Alan St. Maximin, Bailey there as well. But that's really it for that. And then the left mid, I'll just stick that in right now. For left mid, I have Dembele. Dembele is just class. I've had him since the start of the game. He's untradeable, and he's just absolutely insane. 89 finishing. Finisher just works brilliantly for him and stuff like that. 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, just a brilliant player in general. And yeah, and then for striker, don't be afraid to do this, by the way. Putting a left forward or a right wing or whatever like that, like what I've done with these three players at striker, don't be afraid to do it. Mix things up. Do not be afraid to do any of that. And obviously my manager has got to be a Premier League manager, obviously. I'll just set this up now, like just so I don't forget. I'll just put David Moyes in there. Everybody except for Manny and Podence are on full chem. But Manny doesn't actually play up front. I'll show my custom tactics in a different video, but strikers, so you could go with the list just goes on for strikers. The list just goes on. Ronaldo, obviously the brilliant beast. Lewandowski, Ronaldo, Puskas, Lewandowski, Van Basten, Kane you could even go with. Mbappe, Eto'o, any of these guys would do. Just don't go with players that have got very, very bad pace or not great shooting at striker. Obviously put them in, but don't actually play them at striker in game. That Aubameyang's class. Lukaku would probably be decent if you put a chem style on him, like a Hunter. Vardy's good. Vardy's just cheap and he's a beast. Obviously his other cards. Drogba. Ben Yedder's just sweaty as fucking anything. Vardy's sweaty. This Rashford is so good. Werner's good. Haaland. He's an annoying player for me. The same with Calvert-Lewin, who we will get on to. These two players, whenever I come up against them, and you've probably heard me about this on stream, they are just the most annoying players to come up against. Haaland and Calvert-Lewin. Zaha's good, obviously I've got him in my team. Calvert-Lewin, obviously. Fernando Torres you could go with. Gabriel Jesus. The list just goes on. Any of these players would do. Watkins, Felix, Martinez, anything like that. Ben Yedder. Martinez is good. Martial's good. Niani's good. That the player of the month. Ings would be good. Alex Teixeira. The list goes on. The list goes on, and I'm not going to bore you with that at all. I know I've probably bored you with the other ones, but that's just what to build. And obviously I will be doing cheap teams and stuff like that as well, but that's just a wee insight of what to build. There won't be a video every day. Just when I feel like doing a video, I'll do a video, just because this is just going to be a fun thing for me now. Like, obviously when I can create a video, I will create a video. I'm off on Tuesday, there'll probably be a video on Tuesday, whatever, just something like that. But thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please do not think for 1 second I'm telling you what to do here, because I'm not. You guys go with whatever players you want. I'm just saying what I would do. That's just what I'm saying. But thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please do remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on those post notifications so you don't ever miss when a video goes out, whether it's a squad builder, whether it's how to snipe or whatever like that. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.